We've got two stars. Hello there, Applebrooks. But are they really stars? And the stars look really. Sometimes when we look up in the sky, the stars don't look like stars. They look like beings. They look like ships. Let me see if I can. Oopsie. Hello, everyone. Yeah. This star on the far right. Is this music too loud? Yeah, they look like luminaries. You made it. Oh, you can't hear it. Christine Mott, honey. If it's not too loud for you, then that is perfect. It really is. The the image right next to me was taken with my Nikon. The other image was taken with my iPhone 8 probably 4 years ago. And it's really interesting because it has I'm going to turn that music off, you all. Oopsie, Gina closed that. I'm going to turn that music off. And I'm going to make sure there's no music at all going in the background. No other music. You let me know if you can hear me. Yeah, so the image right beside me is from my Nikon P900. And the image right to that side over there, to I guess it would be I don't know. I just like to call it the right side of the screen. That great big circle, that right there was taken with my iPhone 8. And you could see it looked like an orb. All the little circles and things on it is what you could see. Let me see if I can get myself out of the way. You hear me? That's wonderful. Because, what are these stars really? Are they living beings? Are they luminaries? Are they plasma? Are they a simulation? I have shown images of a star, video footage that I took, and there were red lines, blue lines, and green lines emanating downward and to the side, and it really was wild looking. But they're ever changing, and I guess it would depend on what type of device that you hello there, Al Sanchez. What type of device that you would take your footage with. But look at that star right there, you all, right beside me. It's very colorful, and I at times think that they are living. They're frequency driven. They change and connect with your frequency. And the one on the right, this one right here, with these things on it, it's going rather slow, but it's going to, at some point, it's like dark shadows start taking over it, or there's movement that comes from inside the one, the big circled one on it. And I wish I could get the original sound on it, but I I didn't have time tonight to put that original sound on here during, because it was a live stream that I had done on my Facebook, and I had saved the video when they allowed you to download your own work. Yeah, you have a lot of similar images of your closer. Well, I've taken a lot of closer images too, and sometimes they look like there's ships. They look like there's beings inside the stars. They don't look like plasma. They don't look like a big ball of fire either, but you can see the difference between these two stars with different types of equipment that they were taken with. The star on the right, it would move, and some would call them a Merkaba, even though, you know, they over here it did look more like a ship at times, some of the footage that I took of it. But it was that night I felt like that star was like watching us, and it knew we were watching it. It got a little bit scary with that one, but we're gonna watch it because it's only like well, it's like 26 minutes long. Hello there, Susan B. Honey. Yeah, you all. This ain't a typical video that somebody might want to watch. They might think it's kind of boring, but that's all right, you all. Just gonna watch it a little bit. I'm being throttled. Well, I can look at that. I'll let you know if I am. I wouldn't be surprised. I had one concurrent viewer waiting for me to go live. I don't know if it's an algorithm or an actual Google moderator, but they were waiting. Good night. I got an excellent connection. You can see. Yeah, some stars do seem trans-dimensional. I'm really waiting for that one keeps, why does that one keep starting over? I don't want that one to keep starting over. I want that to actually do something, because it is going to do something, you all. Okay, let me see. Yeah, it's like, no, I don't know why that started over. Hello, Misty. And sometimes with this one right here, there looks like something, like a being or something is inside of it. Yes, it interacts. It interacts with your frequency within your being. It does. Now, let's watch what happens to this one right up here. Right there. Look at the wave that is starting to go across it. And it's like there was a ripple actually going through it. The one on the right. It was the first time I had ever encountered seeing something like that. It was wild. It's like there was movement. You see it moving there. Sometimes I think that there was beings inside of there causing that movement with that one. I look over here to this side because my screen is like the opposite. But I did want you all to see this because I don't know if you all have seen those before when taken with a different camera. Yeah. The one on the very edge, that was with my iPhone 8 4 years ago. This one right next to me is with my Nikon P900. And you can't always get them changing like that with your camera. You can't. Because it's like they're connected with the frequency within you. Look at this, the one on the far right. What happened to it? That was spooky, you all. It was. It's like some like great big old pincher thing came up on that star and like it was taking over it. I remember that. That was very scary. And I don't know what it was that did it. There was something in the sky. It could have even been, this may this may sound strange, but you know there are giant spiders, great big giant spiders. That was like that was wild. I mean, I'm not scared of it now, but 4 years ago when that happened, that was very startling to see that happen like that. Yeah. Giant mantis. There are giant praying mantis. See what's strange about that one over there on the edge of the screen? There's all different lines going through it. And that's what didn't make sense. It wasn't going in the direction of the ripples that were going across it. It was going in the opposite direction. Oh, that looked like a face in there, you all. If you looked at it, looked like a face. Looked like great big old over it too is what it looked like. Hello, you all. You saw one at your fence one night, but it couldn't come in your boundary. See, look how it completely covered it up. I don't think whatever it was that was in the sky covering that star, it didn't want us watching it. It wanted to send a message to us. It was really streaky. And I don't think it was nice what it did. I don't. It was streaky and it was scary. It was really late at night, you all. I was working my second shift job, and when I would come home from work, I don't know if I was coming home at maybe, I don't know, 10:30 at night or 11, and I would immediately go outside and film those stars in the sky. So it was kind of spooky. It's still strange for me to look at it. I'm trying to look at it and my eyes are going right over here. Yeah. It is what it's doing. It's really strange looking. And it wasn't slowed down or nothing. This was just actual, just doing a live stream. And that happened. Dead spiders floating in the water. See how, look how it clears up and then boom. There goes the ripples again. I thought if I move it, would it make a difference? But it didn't. They just kept on coming. It's like something was up there that we couldn't see with our eyes. The sky was really dark. Well, it did look like a cat face at one time too. Let's see, it just kept moving. Really slow. It's like an atmospheric disturbance or something, you all. All I wanted to do was get it off of there. I thought, what is that doing on this star? We're trying to view that star, but it just would not go away. Certainly didn't look like this star right next to us. It just was so totally different, you all. TLR 123. I also wonder the same thing. At times I think that they are ships, and then at times I think they're beings, multiple, a group of beings clustered together to form a star. I think that at times also, but there are individual stars up in the sky that when I would take a picture of like a great big star and then smaller stars next to it, that great big star, this is going to sound really strange, was feeding the other smaller stars. The smaller stars, you ever see those sticky hands that you would throw and they extended out like that? Well, that's what the smaller stars were doing. They were like sticking out a part of them to that bigger star, and it literally was like it was feeding them. And I kid you not, that's I looked at the footage of that I took. It was a live photo, and I went frame by frame. I said, "You've got to be kidding!" But that's what it was. They were extending out a part of them, and that bigger star was feeding them. And that's what I thought. They're living beings. Yeah, that's what I noticed, and that was like around 4 years ago, and that was in the western sky when I saw that. TLR 123. Yeah, that's literally what it looked like. Reaching out and just feeding. See, this is normal right here. That's what it should have looked like right there before the shadows came and took over it. But I haven't looked at this footage for 4 years. You're having thunderstorms in Colorado? Wow. I was going to say something about food and stuff, but I decided I'm not going to say anything about it because I think everyone's totally aware of what's happening in the world, and it doesn't look too pleasant. So I thought I'm just going to show some stars. I don't need to dwell on no negativeness like that. We need something to take our mind off of it, even if for a few minutes. And I think these stars are wonderful things. They really are to look at. Yeah. And really, if they are luminaries, which they are depicted as and spoken of as luminaries, I would say that they are living beings. Now, I will tell you this. Victoria Lillenquist, I can't say her name. She has this ship, and it's a star. It comes up to her in the sky, and she calls it a Merkaba, and the ship. And when she was zooming up and she was doing video footage of it, that star, you could see wheels on it and you could see other shapes on it. It literally looked like a ship. And I kid you not, she caught it. So some of these stars up in the sky are actually ships, and they are cloaked to look like stars, is what they are. It's 2:53 a.m. Then it's 1:53 a.m. T, honey, you got to get some rest. Maybe they've moved the time up on you. Yeah. Yeah, she has a page. Victoria Lilingist, or I never can say her name right, but really it turned into, it was a ship. And it was undeniable. Yeah. So, yeah, we're looking at these two stars, so they could be luminaries, and some of them are actual ships cloaked as stars in the sky, and they're highly intelligent and telepathic. Yeah, sun from the sun. Mm-hmm. I think I think I have that footage on my YouTube channel. I think I shared her video on this YouTube channel. I would have to do a search from it, you all, but it's mind blowing what she captured. So in that instance, yeah, there are ships up there in the sky, and they look like stars, but they're not. They're actual ships. Yeah, they can shape shift. Some of these stars up here in the sky, some of them aren't real stars either. They are shape shifting entities that pose as airplanes and stuff. I don't think they're a benevolent kind either, because these ones that are big, long, like ribbony like things, there's some type of a life form up there in the sky. And it's wild, you all. I wonder if I can come over here and this will still be showing, and I can look for that life form that shape shift, you all, while you are looking at that, because I've got that stuck on the screen while I come over here. It's really wild. Oh, I love it, you all. You can still see that, which is great. It is great. As you're all watching that star, see, that looks normal right there, but there's some type of a movement going in it. Yeah. I'm going to show you this one thing right here that this was an airplane right here. I took a picture of it. And this is one part of the airplane up here. And this is the other part of the airplane. And then this is the other part of the airplane. This truly was shape-shifting, some type of a life form in the sky right there, y'all. I'm not joking. I promise you. That's the airplane right there. What you're looking at. One airplane in the sky, and that's what it looked like. Now, how can that be? It can be that way because it is some type of a life form that has the ability to look like airplanes in the sky, take on as they fly by. This is them again, just like that. That's one airplane right here. Right here. And they also had their little light in the front. You can see bits and parts of them right here too. Right there. Bits and parts of them, you all. This is true. This really is so true. And I'm sure that there's something in the movies. See, here it is again. One airplane right here. Just one. This is all the same airplane on one night. Right there. So who are they? Really, who are they? Because they are some type of a light being that can literally transform themselves into airplanes, and they can sound like them too. I know it seems strange. I know it seems weird, you all, but this is, it's wild. It's so wild. One airplane. And this was during those images right there that you just got through looking at. Those were from a live photo. They were in the frames of the live photo like that. That's how many times it shape shifted during the live photo. I kid you not. That's how many times they shape shifted. Just like that. In a blink, that's one airplane right there, you all. One. Right there. Hello there, Karen Sizemore. Yeah. One airplane. Now here's another one. No, this ain't another one. This is the same one. I blew it up here on the side. You can see the timestamp of it. It was 21:55 at night on August the 15th of 2020. Here was the airplane. Right there. Now you know that don't look like an airplane, but the camera picked it up, my iPhone 8, and this is what it looked like right there. Same thing with this. This is, you can see the timestamp. In a way, I'm happy I had the second shift job, because I would have never found out about these had I not been up at night. Never. Because I would go to bed early, 8 o'clock. I wouldn't stay up when it was dark. Look at that. They are in this, I bet they've been here for a long, long time. These, whatever this life form is, it's been here for a long, long time in the skies, and they haven't been saying anything, nothing about them. This is an airplane. And if someone is just tuning in, they probably think this woman has lost it. She is trying to pass this stuff off as an airplane. No, that's exactly what it is. Airplane. It was a live photo, and those were the frames in the live photo right there. Shape-shifting airplanes, you all, is what it was. Shape-shifting airplanes. So, yeah, I wanted to show you that. But I have in here somewhere a really good image of them. And it was very ribbon. It was must have been a massive, I don't know. I hope I can find it. I may not be able to find it. on here because maybe it's not saved to here. But it could be. But if I don't find it, you all, that's okay. It really is. Well, you know, you can look at these stars too, right here. Some of these stars, they change their shapes. Like this. They can be green, and they can be yellow. And it's I think they can have all the colors of the, I don't know, spectrum, color spectrum, all the colors. And you can see like little light points on there. There's some type of a being of light, some type of an alien-like being is what they are. Yeah, so I'm still in the sky. And like this right here. This is in the daytime. It flew right in front of me, and it looks like some type of a being with legs, wings, and antenna, and things on its arms, like some kind of an interdimensional being. Now this was in my home, at my home, and I was taking pictures in the eastern sky. I think it was maybe toward the late afternoon or early evening for that one. So there's a lot of mysteries, you all. So many mysteries that are going on all over the world. A lot of mysteries in the sky, and there's a lot of people who have documented. I will say one last thing. I was speaking about these this morning during a video, and this right here, you can look closely. This was classified as a particle event. They described all of these as particles, and they're not particles. They're not. See how this is like organized 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Look how they're arranged. These are some type of an intelligent species. The way that they're up here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, clustered together. I just want to show those. And they dismissed it as a particle event. And a particle means just debris. But no, you can tell that they have intelligence to line themselves up. Excuse me. This is some type of a being and or ships. And they can act in unison is what they can do. They came from the sun. Then there's all these black ones too. There's no way that this is just debris from a eruption in the sun. No way. So it's something much greater. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you have some 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And the same thing over here. So you can see it. Let me put this back to me. My voice is trying to go. And somebody said, don't be drinking water near the microphone. So I just deleted her message. She didn't do it right now, but that's what she told me. Don't be drinking water near the microphone during your videos and stuff. We don't want to hear it. Okay, great. You're not going to hear it. I'm going to block you. I gotta block them. You all, it's like so silly. It's the people liking to nitpick every single thing. It's what they like to nitpick. I don't know what this is. You all, I think now look at this. Somebody captured these. These are beings of light. I forget where I got this screenshot from, but these are some type of being of light. Look at them. And you can see they're kind of like plasma, like webs. You can see this is like the interdimensional realm, and they can be picked up by cameras, a technology just like that. That realm is there. It's literally right here in front of us, right here with ours. Some have the ability to see into it. They do. And some don't. Yeah, like Angel. That's right, Desiree, honey. Yes, you're right. That's right. I can show what I want on here. Absolutely, I can, and I will. I will. I wanted to see if I could find the one beings. Like, let me show you this. See, look, this is all the different colors of the starship. Look at that, you all. Isn't that beautiful? It really is beautiful if you think about it. They've got that, whatever that is, a six-sided shape. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8-sided shape and stuff. I got a high frequency pitch in both ears right now. So this is a star that I zoomed up on. And this was all the different colors within it right here. All the different colors and shapes. You see that it just continually changed its shape. And they are rather fascinating. They are so fascinating to look at. I like them. I do. I love them. Love looking at all the beautiful shapes that they make. Where are we at, Gina? Oh, we're right here, you all. Yeah, look at them. They're pretty cool. I think I've got these all over here. Yeah, we got some more up here, you all. Let's look at them. Isn't that cool? So this is a close-up of a star in the sky, and I think it was a northeast star, I think, that I zoomed up on. There's one in the sky in the northeast that I like to zoom up on, and it changes its colors. It's like that. It's so beautiful. It really is. It's absolutely beautiful, you all, if you haven't seen them. And say like, let me show you this. See that right here? That's a ship that I documented, took pictures of, showed up in my iPhone 8 when I was taking pictures right there. Pretty cool. A star. Beautiful, colorful star right there, you all. That's right. So another, this is really close up, but, and you know, those beings could be making that. These look like light points on it right here. But I did. It did kind of look like the Starship Enterprise. Kind of, sort of. Yeah. It's kind of emotional for me to look at it. It really is, because all of the documentation that I did, all the pictures that I took and worked, it's I've got attached to it, you all. I'd have. Oh my goodness. I got attached to them. This is in the edge detect. You can see that it's clearly some type of a ship. And I think it came from maybe, which one was it in here? I don't remember which ship it was in some of these right here. This is December the 3rd of 2018. Yeah, look at this. This is in our solar system, and it's going ignored. Look, people like to make fun of others. They do. They like to make fun of others. But, you know, you can't let people sit and make fun of it and let them deter you from sharing the truth. You can't, you all. With everything that's going on in the world, don't let somebody stop you. Don't let them do it. Because if you give them their way, they will stop you dead in your tracks, and you will not get any truth out. You will not get any information out whatsoever. You won't get anything out at all. So yeah, I think a lot of these stars are actually ships that are cloaked to look like stars. Yeah, the truth is good. Let me put this back to me. I'm still supposed to be looking for that one that showed up, and the ribbony one, and I can't seem to find it offhand. But it's all right. If I can't find it, that's quite all right, you all. And I really can't. Not right now. Probably better be ending this video, because I am getting tired. And even though I'm tired, I'll still continue and continue and continue until I am exhausted, is what I'll do. Oh, I know. Look, I want to show you something. This photo right here, this is kind of, I had my phone pointed at the sun, and this is what that is. It's pointed at the sun. I'm zoomed up really close. You can see the glares from it. But look at this right here. That was hanging down from above. When I was taking my pictures, look, it's like a great big, massive, you can see like a rainbow-like signature. This is the same image in the edge detect. Look at this. It's picking up those great big round like ships and or beings that are above the sun. Right here in the edge detect, it picked them up. Clustered. They're literally layered. And you may say, Gina, there is no way that there are things up there by the sun like that. Yes, they really are up there by the sun. Layers upon layers of them is what's there. You can see them right here. And I'm going to show you the image of it since I'm already there. I'm going to go way back toward the front, and I'm going to show you all this, and then I probably won't be on here too much longer once I get to that images of these ships, if I can. Let me see if I can find them, if I can remember where they're at. I got it. I got it. Right here. This is a NASA product. 2007. You can see clustered all around the sun. There are ships and or beings. And they're there. Someone might call them donut shapes, but you can see they're layered all around the sun. Just like that. And they discontinued this product. Look at this, you all. And this is at 1:52 a.m. They don't do this product anymore, but I can guarantee you that these are still up in the sky. And their numbers have not gotten any smaller. If anything, they've gotten a lot larger in numbers. Right there. So we got these. This is like a type of a ship or a being is what it is. Yeah. This is what that original image looked like, stereo behind core 1. It was green. They did a green filter on it. I just tried to bring it out some more. So we got those, and then let me show you this right here. So this is what I've documented from the sun, from the NASA products right here. This ship right there coming out of the sun. And it does look similar to the ones that I documented, which are right below it. Just like that. You can see them. You may say, well, a ship would burn up in the sun. No, it wouldn't burn up, you all. I promise you, it will not burn up because the sun is not what all we've been told. There are ships that come and go out of the sun while I'm doing this. Yeah. And let's look at it a little bit more. This is like this is my favorite photo that I took pictures of. Look at that, how they're literally layered. And they are in these great big orbs, massive orbs. So there's a lot going on, so much going on in our world, and so little of it is being talked about. So little. And is it right? No, it's not right, but there is a time and place for everything. There is. And one day they won't have a choice. They won't. These ships will show up. And it won't be a time of the people or beings on Earth's wanting them to do it. They ain't going to have the final say so when these ships show up. They'll show up when they're good and ready. And they won't need anyone's approval to show up. They won't. I guarantee you they will not ask for approval because they're already here. They're in the sky. They're cloaked in the clouds, and they're interdimensional. And they came in by the thousands. They did. By the thousands. Look at that. What's going on with NASA? Yeah, so let me put this back to me, you all. I got a little bit sidetracked, but that's okay. That is all right. I like reminiscing. I like looking at some older photos. It brings back good memories. It really does. And it's okay. It's good. It's good to be able to look back. So thank you all so much for tuning in. And thank you, moderators. Thank you all for your comments. I could focus on a lot of negative stuff and things like that, but to what end? There's so many people focusing on so much negative. I really, truly want to focus on things that take your mind off all that negativeness. And this is real too. What I'm showing, that's real also. It's just another part of our world that rarely gets spoken about. It's hidden. So I want to shed some light on it. Just like everyone else, they want to shed some light on it. So with that being said, hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello. From my heart to yours, love you. Have a wonderful rest of your day, you all. And thank you so much for tuning in. Have a good night. Love you.